Yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy AssDave and welcome to the 100% jungle guide for Project Next. Project Next has changed the landscape of Mobile Legends quite a bit. We went from a single carry 1-1 structure to now 1-1-1-2 with 3 simultaneous carries in the current meta, including mid, jungle, and go lane marksman or fighter. This drastic meta changes sure had lots of players confused, but worry no longer. Cause starting this week, 100% Guide series will take a deep dive into Project Next's new separate roles and share some lights for our awesome community. We're going to start our series with one of the most important roles in the game, jungle. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on to all notification bells, since that's so far the best way to support the channel and join the coolest, greatest, baddest stream and fam on planet ML. With that, we're going to start our journey with the jungle hero choices. If you want to see a more comprehensive hero choices for all roles in Project Next, make sure to check out this video shown on the top right corner to get a basic idea. In order for a hero to qualify as a jungler, this hero has to be able to clear jungle by itself and rotate on its own with decent amount of mobility. Obviously, having outside support from the team is an added bonus, but independence is jungler's most important prerequisite. With that being said, there are 2 types of jungle heroes right now, range and melee. Melee junglers are usually assassins and fighters. They are in large very strong early to mid game, but falls off late game, especially when it comes to pushing high ground towers. You can frequently find some assassin players start off the game with a 10-0 Saber or Selena, but end up losing the game in the end to the enemy Mia or Layla. When you play assassin jungle, it's paramount that you pair that with a ranged mid laner like Pharsa, Chang'e, Cecilia, and so on. This allows you to put more pressure onto the enemy team when you guys are forcing objectives, so not every single turtle or tower fight turns into a 5-on-5 dive. Good melee jungle include Ling, Saber, Karina, Natalia, Selena, Jawhead, Barats, Yuzhong, and Alucard, Masha, and so on. You can basically turn most fighters into a jungler in the current meta. Just make sure you have another hard carry such as a go lane Mia or Layla, or a mid lane Sicilian, and so on. Range junglers are usually mages and some marksmen who can clear jungle fairly fast and potentially snowball into no return, such as Harith, Cyclops, Roger, Issun, Claude, and so on. All of these heroes have in common is they can all clear jungles fairly fast, and they all have incredible snowball potential. Issun and Roger might fall off a bit into the late game, but all you need to do is to pair that with a ranged mid lane, and all your problem is mostly solved. In addition, there is a hidden type of jungler that's heavily underrated that I call utility jungle. They're only there to secure the early game and rotate to help out their silent marksman carries and eventually give up all buffs to their mages and marksmen. Fighters like Jawhead, Barats, Yuzhong, Masha, and Natalia can all do this job very well, since they don't really need buff at all to be effective. And these heroes all fail off extremely quickly when it comes to pushing high ground towers. But they're all very strong in the early to mid game thanks to their unique contributions to the team. Yuzhong combo is insane, Barats is nothing but unkillable, and he can eat you alive and spit you on a rock until you get knocked out. Masha can take down objectives in an instant. Natalia is a bitch. Before we unveil the secrets of jungle rotation, it's worth mentioning that finishing level 3 jungle items might be a viable choice for most junglers. It's unnecessary or even counterproductive to finish early for some other heroes such as Harith, Claude, and so on, since they do not benefit much from the jungle item, and the 900 gold you need to spend on leveling up the item can be much better spent on finishing off your first core item such as Calamity Reaper or Demon Hunter Sword. Secondly, Jungle Emblem is one of the most underrated emblems in the game. If you have not given it a try, I highly recommend it for all junglers since it offers hyper penetration, damage, attack speed, jungle clear speed, and most importantly, extra gold. I personally love to wear Veteran Hunter as my emblem spell. This emblem allows me to finish my level 2 jungle item before reaching my second buff, and allows me to clear jungle a lot more efficiently with more gold to be reaped. Now, let's talk about some basic rotation tips that will turn you into an earliest level 4 on the map and dominate the entire game. Take out your notepad and start practicing right away after this video. What you're about to hear is not really revolutionary, but definitely gonna change your jungling life in Project Next for the better. Step 1. During the band pick phase, use the map given in the hero select, decide your early game rotation direction. Are you gonna gank bot because your marksman is on the bottom gold lane and you want to help them out to make sure they snowball and get more farm? Are you gonna go top since your top laner is Gato Kacha and you think you can land more wombo combo to shut enemy side laner down? Make your choice. This will determine which side you start your jungle. Personally, I like to gank the gold lane a lot since frequently we see a lot of marksmen going to the gold lane now and you want to make sure that they receive farm. Even if that they are really bad players, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt and give them the best chance of winning by rotating to their lane and ganking them more frequently to allow them to snowball. Step 2. Once getting into the game, go to the shop and have your preferred level 2 jungle item in pre-purchase or prioritize, whatever you like to call them. But do not buy it. Make sure to just have it in pre-select or pre-buy. Walk to main lane, clear the first wave with your support and mid laner. Afterwards, purchase your jungle item right away and go to the opposite side of your predetermined rotation direction. For example, let's say you decided to go gank bottom lane after the first jungle clear during step 1. Then you can move to the top side of mid lane after the first wave and vice versa. This allows you to most efficiently clear your entire jungle and rotate to your lane of choice. Step 3. Wait until 35 seconds into the game. If there's no river crab spawning at your side, move to jungle right away. Step 4. If you started blue, finish your blue buff and immediately move to red side jungle right afterwards. Do not touch the small camp above the blue buff because it will delay your rotation. If you started red side, make sure to kill the small camp above red buff and then go to red buff and then move to blue side jungle. If you finish blue, red, and one small camp, you shall be level 4 already. And most of the time, you will be first level 4 in the game since most people who did not watch this video will have no freaking idea. Step 5. Go gank a lane. For most hero, level 4 is a huge power spike that grants you one extra ability. Signal your laner of choice that you and your teammates are coming, and then initiate or follow up an initiation and try to get an early kill. If you do end up killing the enemy laner or at least force them to retreat away from the turret, make sure to go smash that tower for the extra shield gold. Note, most of the time when you finish your first jungle clear and you get to level 4, since you are the first level 4 on the map, you can also choose to invade with your team into the enemy jungle, no matter it's red or blue. But this also requires your tank player to have more game knowledge and grant your team more vision around the enemy jungler. That's why we did not list this as an independent step, but this is certainly a choice upon you reaching level 4. Invading the enemy jungle also allows you to snowball even harder and earlier, forcing your opposing jungler to be level 3 and under and soak up minion waves from their laners, which put their entire team further behind. This allows you to gain control over the map early, thus opening up turtle and early towers and so on. Step 6. Farm the remaining camps available on the map, look at your minimap, and determine where to go and farm the remaining camps before 2 minutes and 50 seconds and return to your buff. Clear those buff and get ready for turtle. Step 7. Win the game. If you need to give your red to the side laner, no matter it's a marksman or a better player overall, go ahead. If you decide it's better for you to have it since you're the a la carte jungle, go ahead as well. Whatever it takes for you to win the game at this point. Note, after the first 2 jungle clear, jungler functions just like a member from the old 1-1 meta. You should try to rotate with your mid and tank player as frequently as possible, since this allows you to have a number advantage wherever you guys decide to go. Try to stay away from solo rotation, since it might get you caught off and stop the momentum that you tried so hard to build to this point. I hope today's episode of 100% Guide is helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed it, remember to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on to all notification bells. With that, love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you.